시청자 여러분 안녕하십니까? 전 세계 교회와 선교지 소식 전해드리는 CGN월드뉴스 정은지입니다. 첫 번째 소식 CBN에서 보내온 소식부터 전해드립니다. 미국의 아동 실종과 학대 실태가 심각한 수준입니다. 메리 갈런드 미국 법무부 장관은 이를 집중 조명하며 FBI에 신고된 실종자 가운데 3분의 1이 18세 미만의 어린이와 청소년이라고 밝혔습니다. 올해에는 10주 동안 국가적으로 진행된 We Will Find You 작전으로 225명의 아이들을 되찾았습니다. 자세한 소식 알아봅니다. 록밴드 리메디 드라이브의 데이비드 저크는 인신매매와의 싸움에 앞장서 왔는데요. 하나님께서 어둠 가운데 일하시는 것을 본다고 전했습니다.
I've been given this front row seat to the modern day abolition movement. And it's been the privilege of my life to watch ordinary people step into extraordinary roles in the arena of freedom and justice and mercy.
그가 인신매매 종식을 위한 싸움에 본격적으로 뛰어든 계기는 딸의 질문이었습니다.
Like 08, 09, and even earlier than that, I started writing some lyric having to do with boy soldiers. But it came to a head in 2012 when my daughter and I watched a documentary about slavery, about child soldiers and exploitation. And she says, "Dad, why not God protect those boys?" Wow. And for me, that was when I said, I can't go on writing music and living my life in such a way that doesn't take this particular tragedy seriously. So it started with me just writing songs, hoping that my songs would contribute to a difference. Matt Parker, who founded the Exodus Road with his wife Laura, was a fan of our band.
We merged our rock and roll band with a counter-trafficking organization called the Exodus Road. We use our concerts and our albums to shine a light on slavery.
And so Matt knew who I was, sang my songs in the car while he's driving. And he came to town looking for an artist to talk about the work of the Exodus Road, the counter-trafficking work of the Exodus Road. So in the middle of me writing this, watching all these documentaries about work like the work that he's doing, he's coming to Nashville looking for a band and set up a bunch of meetings. I was the only one that didn't cancel. And then he started talking about the work, spying on traffickers, using hidden cameras and cyber forensic software to find evidence of what they're doing. And I kind of sheepishly asked, hey, what do you think if I came along and just to see? So that's how it started for me. I got to kind of shadow him on a trip, meet some of the team, and start doing undercover work, you know, just surface level stuff on that first trip. And it just turned into what it is now.
그러나 처음으로 인신매매의 현실을 눈앞에서 본 그는 무력함을 느꼈습니다.
I'd never been face to face with poverty like I was that first time in Southeast Asia. And the desperation that surrounds poverty, like I'd never seen it. And because I'd done all this research about sex trafficking, about slavery, leading up to that, I felt like I was going to be able to handle it, but it shook me to the core.
Wow.
Like to see hundreds and hundreds of women being sold and teenage girls in clubs, but then on the side of the road, and it doesn't look like what you think it would look like. Just that desperation, it impacted me deeply, and the sense of helplessness. Like, this is too big of a scale, this one city alone. Can I really do anything? I left feeling too small, too inadequate.
그럼에도 불구하고 데이비드 저크는 예수님의 삶을 떠올리며 인신매매 피해자들의 고통에 동참합니다.
I think I do get overwhelmed. I'm trying to find that line, you know? Like, I don't think there's true fulfillment or true joy in this life without intentionally aligning ourselves with somebody else's sorrow. Like, that's what it means to be like Jesus Christ from Nazareth. But it's so overwhelming. I've never wanted what's wrong to be made right so desperately. I hear people say we're the body of Christ, so let's act like it. Let's be the hands and feet, you know? I don't think we know, one, what kind of desperate situation will put someone in a situation where they have to hope that the agency that's taking their kid from the hill country down to the major city, that's a legitimate agency that's going to employ them at a hotel or a restaurant. You know, it's a desperate move. Their kids are 15. My girl's 15 now, so when I started this work, she was 5. Why can a whole culture look the other way when this is obviously happening in broad daylight? But I also think And this is hopeful. I think we don't know what kind of change we can make as one person, as one interview with you, one platform with CBN, one rock and roll band. The ripples that you and I can create turn to tidal waves, and I believe that with all my heart. And so we're celebrating coming up on 1,000 traffickers that we participated in arresting, and coming up on 2,000 people whose freedom we've participated in impacting. And there's a temptation to be like, it's not that much. But I want to be like the kid on the hillside that everybody said, man, no, Jesus doesn't need your lunch. It's like, but I got 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And that's what I have. And that's what anybody watching has. They have 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And put that out there and see what happens. And in that situation, Jesus lifted it up above his head and blessed it. And 10,000 people were fed, you know?
데이비드 저크는 인터뷰를 통해 더 많은 움직임과 변화가 일어나기를 바란다고 말했습니다.